Okay, so we're ready to create the lines on our project paper. Again, you need to recognize that your measurement does not necessarily start at the end of your ruler and that it starts wherever the zero is. So you're going to line your zero up with the edge of your paper and you're going to repeat the same process that you did with your photograph. You're going to make a mark at every inch at the top, slide your ruler down, make a mark at every inch at the bottom. Don't make your marks really dark. They don't need to be very dark. Then you're going to turn your paper to the side, line your zero up with the edge of your paper, make your marks at every inch, slide your ruler down, repeat the process, and when you are done, you now have marks going all the way around the edge of your paper at every inch. Repeat the same process again that you did with your portrait. And what you're going to do on here is I want you to draw very lightly. Your lines should be very light, just dark enough for you to be able to see them, but not so dark that they are a dark black line. These lines you're going to want to kind of disappear into your photograph, into your drawing as you go along. So you don't want to have them really dark, otherwise your end result is going to have these dark lines going all through it. So you're doing the exact same thing that you did with your photograph, only this time you're drawing light lines. You're connecting the dots, dragging your pencil lightly across the page so that you are creating these light lines. You really, really, really want to pay attention to the fact that you are pressing down very lightly as you draw your lines across. Something that helps me is to hold my pencil at the back instead of up here at the front, because I can apply less pressure when I'm holding it back here, and that helps me to remember to draw lightly. When you finish drawing all of your lines, you are going to go ahead and label it the exact same way that you labeled your project paper, your photograph, the letters across the top, the numbers down the side. So top box and do them small and lightly on here because you're going to want to be able to erase them. When you're done, 1 goes in the same box as A. Now, when you go to draw, the same way you did when you did your practice eye, you're going to want to make sure that you're paying attention to which box each facial feature falls into, or which boxes they fall into. So to start my drawing, I'm going to start with just the shape of the face, the basic shape of the face. So I'm going to start right here in B2. I can see in B2 there's a line that kind of goes like this. Sometimes it even helps if I draw the line on here so I can see where it is. So it starts here in the top corner of B2 and it kind of curves down like that. I can see the line continues through here, and I'm drawing lightly so that I can erase should I mess up. Get down to here to B7 and I can see it kind of cuts over into the corner here. Now, I've already drawn this whole line down the side of the face. I can see it kind of cuts right through the corner here, cuts this piece off this corner right here, cuts this corner right here, comes down for his chin, and starts to curve back up. Now this box right here is G8. I'm just going to check myself and make sure I'm in the right box, and I am. Start curving up for his face. I know there's some hair here, but I know his face line is kind of going behind that. I'm going to start to curve up. I'm going to check myself, make sure I'm in the right box. I'm in 3G, I'm right. And then his hairline is kind of like that. Now I've already drawn the shape of the face just by following along from my paper to this paper, my paper to this paper, my paper to this paper. I'm drawing from observation, but I am using the grid to help me to get the correct proportion. Then I can go in and maybe I'll start drawing a facial feature. So I'm going to look at the eye. The eye starts in C4. So I'm going to find C4, which is this box here, and I'm going to start drawing the shape of my eye. When you're drawing from a grid, you really want to pay attention to where things lie in reference to other things. If I look at the amount of space that I have here between this line and the top of the eyelid, it's about halfway through the box. So my line here might even be a little too high. So I go back in, I drew nice and light, I can erase it and change the shape. Now I've already drawn the shape of his eye. That's how you draw with a grid. You actually use the lines and the box to know where to draw your things in your box.